What's going on, guys? It's Noah number 2 from Team Noah coming at y'all with a Sky Striker list for the September 2019 format. With the release of the Megatins, I thought I would finally pick up Sky Striker. I've been playing Pendulum since February nonstop, and I wanted to take a break. And until Brilliant Fusion comes back to 3, I'm going to take a break from playing ABC. But we have your Sky Striker, and I'm going to say now I don't have a side deck, unfortunately, just because I'm waiting to get my hands on Nibiru and Dark Rule No More. But once I have those cards, I'm definitely going to be showing you my side deck. But this is the main extra deck I have for now. Been having a lot of fun with this deck. I've been testing this deck about, I believe, 2 or 3 months after the deck first came out back in May of 2018. One of my personal favorite decks. And with that sitting out of the way, let's jump into the profile. And it's a 40 card main deck with a 50 card extra deck. Also, shout outs to Konami for printing Ray and Prismatic Secret Rare and all the Sky Striker links because they look awesome. So starting with the monsters, we have the 3 copies of Ray. The deck's revolved around Ray. I mean, nothing crazy to explain. Moving on, we also have 3 copies of Vash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Definitely one of the better hand traps just overall. Sure, it's not the most impactful, but it can at least stop an LP, like an LP or like a Harpor. Just most of the Orca stuff besides Symbol Skeleton. Good against Salamangreat because you can Ash the Gazelle. Just overall, Ash is Ash Blossom. There's nothing really much further I can explain. 3 copies of Effect Veiler. Until I get a permanence, Effect Veiler is just going to be that card that I play. It's decent effect negation. If you're wanting to cut this, that's totally fine. And then 2 copies of Ogre. You could, if combo pretty much just goes away for a while until Nibiru is somehow banned, which it doesn't need to get banned, it's totally fine. I might swap these out for Bells, or maybe even Ghost Reaper if I have the extra deck space, but for right now I'm really happy with this hand trap lineup. That's going to wrap it up for the monsters. I believe it's 11 monsters total. Now moving on towards the spell cards of the deck, we play 3 copies of Engage, the one of top 10 best reinforcement of the armies in any archetype, period. Search is one thing, but be able to have 3 spells in graves to draw a card, yes, please. I want more pluses. 3 copies of Widow Anchor. It's Change of Heart, but it could also negate a monster's effect. And it's a quick play spell. What more could you ask for this card? This card's absolutely amazing. 3 copies of Area Zero. There we go. Get that out of here. I've seen some lists play 2 copies of this. I personally don't agree with that because you want this deck to be as consistent as possible. You just want to see this card in your opening hand also because this card can get into Ray faster, and that's pretty much the whole point of this. Is you need to see Ray as often as possible. Ray's hands that don't open up Ray, they generally suck. So you just need to play this card at 3. For the 1-offs, for Striker spells, we'll play the 1 multi-roll. Let me get these out of the way. Sorry for the camera bump. 1 copy of multi-roll. It's weird seeing this card add 1 as well as a common. It kind of does suck now that we only have 1 because it's not as easy to hard draw. And also, I think it's Ogre. Unless you have something like Hercules Base or Barricade Board Blocker or Kagura, that's the only way you can add this. And now you have to search this off Engage, which kind of sucks. But multi-roll is still multi-roll. I mean, it's like Spellbook of Judgment. 1 copy of Hornet Drones, essentially another copy of Ray, pretty good. 1 copy of Eagle Booster, just essentially a Call by the Grave-esque card, really good to make sure that your Ray goes off, especially if they have an impermanence. If your opponent has an impermanence or something, well, not Ray, Kagari, Ray doesn't really matter that much unless your opponent has Call by the Grave. 1 Shark Cannon. If Orcus does become the top deck of the format, first or second best, which I don't know what the current format is. We'll have to wait till something like the next YCS or Pro Play Tour Philadelphia. But Shark Cannon is just really good to be able to banish stuff from grave. Then you have removal spells of Jamming Waves and Afterburner. Just good overall removal cards. You just want to pop stuff on field. And then 1 copy of Hercules Space. Even back in the day, when this deck first came out, I still really liked this card just because the drawing effect doesn't really come up that often for me. I think it only came up twice, but it's pretty neat. But the fact that you can recycle your stuff and just grind longer is just absolutely amazing, and that's why Even back then, I still play, and I did play, and I still will play this card. And it's actually a lot more important right now because thanks to this card, we can shuffle back our multi-roll, or you can shuffle back your Kagari, or just whatever you need back in your deck. That's it for the striker spells. Moving on to more generic spells, we play two MST. I did consider playing Twin, but I didn't really feel like discarding cards, so I decided just to play this. But if I did have my set deck, I probably would play that at 3. So yeah, just 1 removal. And then 2 copies of Call by the Grave. You could cut this entirely if you wanted to. Play a 3rd MST, or like a 3rd Foolish Burial of Goods, for example, or something like that. Or just like any other card, maybe more hand traps or something like that. But I like Call by the Grave because just like with Ghost Ogre also being a little bit more important thing in combo as well. If Ogre still gets played, just Call by the Grave, you just want to make sure that your Engage, your Kagari, all that fun stuff goes off as often as possible. So Call by the Grave. I would like to play 3, I just don't have the space. 2 copies of Goods. You could play 3, but I've tested this card at 2, and you don't need to throw 1 clog of your hand. Be able to dump something in Mental Fusion, or in neat situations, you can dump the Engage. Just like this card's overall pretty nice. And then for the one of us, we play 1 Mental Fusion. Unfortunately, I don't have one on me, but I have a friend who has one. But he, when I went to locals this past Sunday, he didn't have it with him. But he said he's gonna find it for me, so shout outs to him. 1 copy of Terraforming, just get to Area 0 faster. 1 copy of Star Goblin, as well as 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army. Just more ways to, more spell cards, just consistency. And then for the traps, only 3 traps is Solemn Strike. Definitely play Judgment over this. I only have 1, so I decided just to play the playset of Strike, just because I have it. You also play cards like there could be like 1 or 7 limit. You just need to play this card, in my opinion. Still, if you don't have like Judgment or something like that, you can Strike's still a pretty decent card. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. It's 40 cards. I want this deck to be consistent. And now moving on to the extra deck. 1 Kagari. Yeah, it's Kagari. Like, it's just like the best striker link overall. 3 copies of Shizuku. For those of you in the comments who are cringy right now that I don't have a 3rd Prismatic Secret Rare Shizuku, I'm sorry. I'll try to get one. 3 copies of Hayate. Hayate is your Foolish Burial for your Sky Striker spells. Let the camera focus there for a second. But yeah, Hayate is just really good. 1 Kaina. I've seen a few lists play 2 of this. That's incorrect. It's like, you just need to see this card. Well, you don't see this card, but it's like you really only play this in time, realistically. Yeah, that's it for the striker links. Moving on, we play 1 Barricade Board Blocker. This card just allows you play this to add back multi-roll. Pretty decent. It hasn't come up for me too often, but I think like the 2 or 3 times it has come up, it's been really good. Even if it doesn't come up for you too much, I would still recommend playing this card. 1 copy of Hida. This is really good against Salamangreat, as well as the Mirror Match slightly, because you can revive back your opponent's Kagari, maybe like a Unicorn or something, or only 4. Speaking of Nightmares, 1 copy of Phoenix, 1 copy of Unicorn, just like good overall removal cards. 1 copy of Ningirsu, just extra removal. 1 copy of Zoroboros. This is essentially my replacement for Topologic Bomber until I get one, but this is still overall pretty decent. Like Zoroboros and Bomber Dragon you don't really need, but they're nice to have. But Zoroboros is still pretty nice, like especially if you can end on a board with something like example would be like this Horned Drones and a set Horned Drones of Widowmaker. Like those are pretty decent. So if you can at least end on that, like you're at least doing something. And then the last monster is Borreload Dragon. I would much prefer this to be something like Borrelsword, but Borreload's still a pretty decent League monster to this day. And that's it for the extra deck. And that's going to wrap it up for the deck profile, guys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Like noticed in the last video, hopefully we can get to a better uploading schedule. Maybe like weekly, or if we have to do every other week, maybe we can upload multiple videos every other week. We'll figure it out, and we'll keep you guys posted. But anyway, this is number 2 from T Noah, and we'll see y'all in the next video.